What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AUTOBAHN. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the car that might be the best that BMW has on offer today. This is the 2023 BMW M340i. It is the LCI Life Cycle Impulse, or facelift as normal people call it, of the M340i, and a very good car has been improved even more. It is such an impressive car. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll talk a bit about the small changes that BMW made to the car, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, styling wise, the biggest change is the front end, of course. You have a completely new design for the front bumper with a lot of black, a little bit more angular design. Oh, buddy. Oh no, buddy. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Rest in peace. So we've got a black part there, a very large black part, something that BMW does nowadays with like M Performance and M models. It is basically meant to give the front end a bit more of an aggressive look and a bit more of a squared off bumper. They do it with the new M2 as well, very squared off design, and they do it with this one as well. And shadow line is standard on an M340i now, so you have a black grille, black mirrors, black window surround, stuff like that, all to tie in with all the new black stuff. You also get new headlights with these inverted L-shape daytime running lights. These come as standard now as well. With the pre-facelift, if you went for the stock headlights, you got like 2 dots of light, which kind of felt like a middle finger to you, like a why didn't you get the better lights? Now we are going to give you the bare minimum. It just looked stupid. And with this one, the M340i at least, you get this new design as standard, which is just better. It's a nice headlight as well, a bit more smooth. The pre-facelift had like this little indentation in there. It's more like the 4 Series now. Then, wheels, tires, brakes. We've got yellow. We've got red brake calipers now for the M Sport brakes. These are not M Performance brakes. You can also upgrade your M340i's brakes to M Performance. We actually also sell that. It is a magnificent braking upgrade because you get like so much stuff. You get a massive disc, super large calipers as well, and braking performance is improved a lot, and these cars can use that. But this car has these M Sport wheels as well, 19-inch but very skinny front tires, 225s only, and we've got Pirelli P0 rubber, which is not great. It's really not great. We've got a chrome M badge. As I said, you've got a lot of black stuff around the car now, so the mirrors as well as the window surrounds. But these badges used to be cerium gray in the pre-facelift, as were the mirrors. These are now always gloss black, and you even get like this little M part. This is basically an M mirror now instead of a regular 3 Series mirror. We actually sell these in our store as well in cerium gray. So if you have a pre-facelift M340i, you want to upgrade your mirrors to these ones, we offer them in gloss black and in cerium gray. I'll put a link to all our M340i products in the description. Go check it out. And then at the rear lights are the same, which is a good thing because they are super nice, and they changed the diffuser. Not really sure about that. I feel like it's not the best looking diffuser. It looks a bit like a diaper, to be honest. It's not really a diffuser either, because like the diffusery parts are on the rear, not on the bottom. So it's like it's basically a bumper. It's not even a diffuser, but it's made to look like a diffuser, which I don't like. And then exhaust tips within there, the real exhaust. So this again is part of the bumper. And then let's take a look at the engine, which is one of the best things to come out of Munich ever, basically. This is the B58 inline 6 3-liter turbocharged engine, and in 2021, so even before they introduced the facelift, BMW already switched their B58 M340i's to a mild hybrid drivetrain. So you can see the purple cable Oh, that is freaking hot. You can see the purple cable running back there. That is how you can tell that it is a mild hybrid. So what that means is it's got a 48-volt starter generator inside the transmission housing connected to the engine's crankshaft, and it sort of aids the drivetrain. So it's not really a full hybrid. That's why it's called a mild hybrid. It just aids the drivetrain. So it fills in gaps, turbo lag, or it also allows you to completely disconnect the engine and turn it off and do engine off coasting. So when you release the throttle in Eco Pro mode, it will coast like nothing else. It will go for a long time with the engine turned off, and that is why this car has an amazing fuel economy. For a performance oriented car with a 6-cylinder engine, this thing does really well. I mean, like 7 to 8 liters per 100 kilometer on average should be possible, and that is super impressive. So that is definitely a big improvement for the M340i. It really genuinely improves the car. It's like 11 horsepower and 200 newton meters, and you don't really add it up to the power. It still has 374 horsepower and 500 newton meters, but you hardly ever feel it. You also don't feel the start-stop system anymore. It just turns off, turns on. It's super quick, and that really improves the drivability. This is Tanzanite blue, by the way, really good color. Interior-wise, of course, this has changed. Okay, let me do that again in sport mode, because the startup is way better. So just go to sport and then start it up. Yeah, you get a bit more sound that way. Sport Plus even more maybe? Yeah, that's a proper startup. You can also hear how quickly it starts up. There's not really like a turnover anymore. Anyway, the interior, we have the big screen setup now, the dual screen, which I'm not a big fan of. iDrive 8, not a big fan of. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I honestly really like about this car, but there are a few things I just can't get used to, or I just don't like. They also ditched the gear levers, so you have this toggle switch now, which also not the biggest fan of. I like a gear lever. This, yeah, just takes away a bit of the experience for me. Now we can turn off traction control altogether still, which I'm happy about. And you still have just such a nice handling sports sedan, which is a dying breed really, and it used to be like the bread and butter of BMW, but no one seems to care about it anymore. So it's got X-Drive, but it also has an electronic locking rear diff, which means that if you basically give it the right inputs, it still will send all the power to the rear and you can slide it. And then when it senses that you're basically done sliding, or when the angle is too big or something like that, it will send a little bit of power to the front wheels to get you out of it, which is just perfect. It is an incredible all-rounder, this car. It's so capable at like daily stuff with a little bit of M performance sporty edge. I am in Sport Plus mode now, as you can see, but I don't have to adjust my steering anymore, because they have completely reworked the power steering feel, or the power steering for the different driving modes. So I'm in Sport Plus now, and it is not as comically heavy as it used to be in the pre-facelift. In Martijn's pre-facelift M340i, you really have to drive it in Sport Individual, because you need to turn off that steering. We also have launch control, so if we put the gearbox in Sport and the traction control in Traction, just stop the car, brake, full throttle, launch control, and there you go. That's 100 kilometers an hour. 4.3 the car should do, but usually they are a bit quicker at BMW. You also get some fake sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that properly, but you get like these little pops on the overrun, which are coming through the speaker, which is not great. Handling wise though, it is such a capable car. The steering is a bit dead around the center, but as soon as you just really turn it in, it goes where you expect it to go, and that is the most important thing. It could do with a little bit more feel, but you know, which car still has that nowadays? Oh. It does sound good though. I mean, it's an OPF car, so it's very filtered, but I have to say it has a very like clean inline six sound. And we know from experience that you can do something about that quite easily. Oh. So if you go back to normal driving, put it in comfort or Eco Pro even, which I almost never do, to be honest. It turns into this like super relaxed, laid back daily driver, and one that is very, very quiet and supple and easy to live with. I also think that they enlarged the roof, the sunroof. I think it's like 50% or something, 40% bigger. Because in the pre-facelift, I think it's like up to there. So it's a very airy, light cabin with great sport seats. These are better seats than the pre-facelift as well. It's just such a nice car to live with, and that makes it, for me, probably the best car BMW sells today. Because yes, you can get more exciting cars. Yes, you can get more fuel economy in other cars, but as a package, as a complete deal, this thing is pretty unbeatable. Price-wise also, it's one of the very few cars that I think is still priced right. That doesn't happen that often anymore with modern cars, especially with performance cars, and I feel like this is a pretty good deal. Live vehicle, yeah. So we've got the sport displays there, 500 Newton meters, 374 horsepower. It is delivering that power. However, if we can get close to the limit here, yeah, we should be able to hit the limiter. So there it is, 252, 253. That's the limit of this car. It won't go any faster, which is like 242 or 243 GPS. Which is not what you pay for. 254. I would really not be too happy about this, because if there was like a different car behind me now with a proper 250 km/h speed limit, he would be able to overtake me. And on the German Autobahn, that is a big deal. You don't want that. So I don't understand why they are doing this. It varies from car to car. We also have the M340i today, which does 251 GPS. So I don't know why this is happening with some of their cars. They really need to take a look at it. I know that seems like a small thing, but you're paying for it. So it should do 250 km/h in my opinion. Performance-wise, I mean, this gearbox engine match the ZF 8-speed with the B58, we know that it is one of the best in the business, and it performs really well in this car. You don't ever feel that hybrid stuff. It's just there, filling in the gaps, improving the car's drivability. Oh, it's so nice. It's such a nice car. It really approaches perfection for me. To be honest, because it does almost everything really, really well, and that is super rare. If you compare it to like the new C43 AMG, if you have seen that review, I was not too happy with that car, and the direction Mercedes are taking with that like lukewarm AMG label. Apparently you can also do a 6-cylinder. I know that there are a lot of different factors that come into play with this kind of stuff, but you know, it's possible. Mercedes have really dropped the ball with that C43. With the 4-cylinder, it's a horrible drivetrain. This is one of the best. So yeah, it's not really it's not really a competition anymore. This is just the best, and you can get it as a touring as well. Throw all your garbage in the rear. Great car. So what this feels like is basically a classic car, like an old school car, like the ones we used to love, with just enough modern tech injected to make it possible for today's EU regulations and other nonsense. It really keeps like that old school feel with that 6-cylinder, with a really beautiful automatic gearbox, but also offers all the creature comforts that we've gotten used to with modern cars. And in that, it's just such a good combination. And for me, as I said, it's probably the best car BMW has on sale today. And that includes the M3. Yeah, I think this is everything. I think this, when you take everything into account, is a better car. So that's it for this review. I mean, just look at the way this thing cruises at top speed. It's a 3 Series. So impressive. So it really is, it's still a blast to drive, and well, that is quite rare these days. So I'm really happy about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.